Hi, this is Gary Kayye. We are in Tyson's Corner, Virginia, and just a huge announcement was just delivered to the audience here with the night before the Almo E4 AV Tour, the 2016 edition of the tour. And I'm excited to be joined by Gene Chaikin. Gene Chaikin is the founder and chairman of Almo, actually the son of the founder of son-in-law of the founder of Almo, and also the chairman of Almo. First of all, Gene, congratulations on celebrating your 70th anniversary.
Thank you very much, Gary. We're very proud of the heritage we have, and we're going to keep it going. As Warren's our third generation, we got 7 grandsons, so maybe one of them will make it a 4th generation company.
I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Warren, congratulations, CEO of Almo Corporation. You just made a big announcement today. You purchased another distributor. Tell the audience about that.
Sure. We just purchased IAVI out of Florida. We're very excited about the opportunity to continue to grow our business and bring 2 great organizations together with a very similar culture.
Well, that brings up an interesting question, and I'm going to direct that to you, Sam. Sam Taylor, as everyone knows, is the Executive Vice President of Almo, and as you started the Pro AV division, of course, IAVI has been, their heritage is in the Pro AV, so kind of been a competitor of yours, but also sort of could be complementary because you don't have a whole lot of overlap of products.
There is some overlap of products, but there's other products that they have that we don't, and vice versa. And there's not a really big overlap of customers either, which is really good.
Yeah, and I assume in the due diligence process, that was one of the things you had to look at, because you had to look at the gain potential from acquiring a company like that and the fact that they do have new customers.
That's true, and it's also about the culture, the corporate culture that Wade Gilbert built over that's 20 years, and I know Wade well from the industry, and his people will mesh well with our people, and it's a kind of a family-run business.
Well, that works well within your culture, obviously. A tough question, and that is, how's this going to affect the vendors that you have right now? Is it just going to expand your vendor list? Does that mean that all the IAVI folks that you don't currently have will join the Almo team? Does the company keep the name and the branding? Is it all become part of Almo? All those kinds of questions, whatever you're willing to share, I would appreciate.
Well, it will become, IAVI will become part of Almo, so it will be just Almo branded going forward. As far as the vendors go, that's under evaluation right now, and we'll make determinations moving forward.
And Warren, I mean, I know that a lot of this was your vision originally. You and I spoke originally, I don't know, maybe, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago, 7 years ago at Infocom when you made the announcement. And you told me then that your vision was to actually be a big player in the Pro AV market, not just to make a small dent, but to treat the market. And at that time you talked about how very family-oriented and relationship-based. I assume that all this makes you proud.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you know, one of the most important things with this acquisition is the people that we're acquiring, so to speak, or are going to become part of the team. You know, we could buy a lot of inventory ourselves, but that's not really what we're trying to do. Almo's built, and really was Sam's vision that came to us. Almo Pro AV was built on the same foundation that Almo has, which is about people. IAVI is the same way, and that's what really makes me proud of what we've done here.
And if you kind of harken back to when you were maybe your son's age, how's that? And you remembered sort of expanding this way, because there's lots of different ways to expand. Obviously, there's the organic expansion process, and this is through acquisitions and partnerships. Does this remind you of some of the days when you were sort of in that growing phase back in the early days?
Yeah, when my father passed away, we were an $8 million company. Today, we're about $1.2 billion with this acquisition. A lot of internal growth, a lot of organic growth, and we've made 21 acquisitions and 3 major divestitures. So we keep growing both ways by finding companies that are compatible with us and also doing a lot of things on our own, finding new ways to go to market.
So your headquarters right now is mostly focused in the Northeast. How will that, since IAVI is based in Florida, how will that change?
Well, we're focused throughout the whole country as far as our sales force goes. They have a big presence in the Florida area, and we're going to keep that office open, and so nothing will change there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is keeping the people in our industry employed, and I know they have some really good people, and I think that the relationships there are the key to that. Obviously, you wouldn't have been able to purchase that company if it weren't for those types of you wouldn't want to purchase that company if it wasn't for those types of relationships. So that brings you up to how many brands right away? I mean, do you even know a count? Have you stopped to count about that?
Well, we have 40 major vendor partners that we have today at Almo. They had more. It's probably over 100, but we're going to figure out the best way to move forward over the next 30 to 60 days.
Yeah, and obviously focus on maintaining those relationships and what fits well within your culture, I think, is the most important thing based on the kind of the way that you guys operate. Well, I appreciate being part of this surprise announcement and having an opportunity to be here and share this with our readers. First, we'll get this up online tonight, and congratulations on the 70th year. Obviously, congratulations to you. It wouldn't have happened without this guy. You owe a little.
Actually, wouldn't have happened without my mom, because my dad married my mom.
Okay, all right. There you go. And then, and that's true. I forgot about that. And of course, you guys didn't just get lucky with Sam, but you've got the right guy as far as obviously his vision for the industry and his knowledge and his relationships have carried you guys a long way. And I think that I'm excited. I'm honored to be your 2016 keynote speaker again. This has been a great experience for me to be part of this and to see you guys grow. And thanks for watching. And of course, we're going to report everything tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of new products here. This is going to be an opportunity for you to see stuff that was introduced at ISE. Most of you haven't seen in the United States yet, and will be on display at InfoComm. So a lot of the products, about a third of the products that are here, have been launched in the last couple of months. So these are, about 30% of the products are brand new products that you're going to see here, and some new technology. And of course, my keynote's all about 4K, which is sort of driving a lot of the display industry right now. So keep watching and follow along at ravepubs.com/E4.